Roma, capitano, bandiera, campioni d'Italia e campioni del mondo, uno scudetto, 2 Supercoppe, 2 Coppe Italia, scarpa d'oro e Golden Foot, è semplicemente uno di noi. 307 gol, 786 presenze, 567 da capitano, numero 10, Francesco! Francesco! Francesco!
The Figlio di Roma is back. Numero 10. Welcome back, guys. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM 103.5. 103.9, I beg your pardon. Hitz FM. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. Welcome to the show, proudly brought to you by Patreon and Betway. It's been a minute. Thank you to the guys for holding the fort at Tamakloe, Sitsofe. Of course, Cranton too has decided to be away the time that I was away. But Muftana Bilab July. And we are back at a very good time because Ghana is on the verge of World Cup qualification. They are nearly there. Otuado, after what was a disastrous AFCON qualifying campaign, has turned it around with a superlative World Cup qualifying campaign. The only way Ghana doesn't qualify on Sunday is if they lose by 8-0 and Comoros, of course. If Comoros win by 8-0 and Madagascar go and win 1-0, yeah, then Madagascar can qualify. Or the other way around, Madagascar can win by 8-0 and Ghana just loses by 1-0. That's the only way the Black Stars don't make the World Cup. Which means that there is a fat chance of a landing in the sun than this scenario playing out on Sunday. So we are nearly there. Today we'll have a conversation about what Otuado has done and whether he's redeemed himself with this qualifying campaign. Jordan Ayew is the best World Cup qualifying player of this particular campaign. Not just in Africa, but around the whole world. So how has he done that? We'll talk about that as well. And then towards the end of the show, we'll talk about one of the most divisive subjects in the last 3 days. And I don't know how it became a big subject, Benjamin Asari, and whether or not he should be Ghana's number one. I don't even know why we're having this conversation, but maybe it's important to put a lot of the issues into perspective. And then there is a sports development fan. Earlier in the week, he saw a report from Joe Online saying that a new levy would be introduced to finance sports. The government says that's not going to be the case. It's not going to be a levy. They are going to take proceeds from so many different aspects of our economy. We will take you through every single area where they say they are going to get money from or take money from to come and finance sports in the country. So that's all coming up on the show. It's live and interactive. Send me a WhatsApp message, 055-111-1997. That's the WhatsApp line. Also leave me a message on X. Use the hashtag GamePlan. And if you're watching us, or if you prefer to watch us, we're streaming video on X, formerly Twitter. We're also streaming on the Joy FM YouTube page as well as on Facebook. So you have no reason to not tune into the show. This afternoon, I'll be joined by quite an illustrious squad, really. Victor Atsu Tamakloe is here, a regular on the show. Victor, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. It's good to see you and good to have you back.
Been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Been a while.
And you came back with Italian at the end,
Figlio di Roma. That's what I did.
What?
Numero 10. Number 10.
Behave yourself.
Philip Sitsofe Atsrim is here as well. Yeah, Philip, hold on. Say again.
You.
That's right. How you doing, brother?
Bro,
Yeah.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but we're back now.
I mean, of course, we're in touch. I mean, we're talking all this while. But yeah, it's good to have you back on the show.
Yes.
But when you were reading the thing about what can make Ghana not qualify, but hard score too.
Oh, why?
Tell me, can everything be possible? So tell yourself.
You see, it's called PTSD.
No. Sorry. You see, before I came into the studio, I was so comfortable. Sunday party. Then you introduce the show. And you're saying that, the only way Ghana doesn't go is if Ghana loses 1-0, and somebody wins 8-0,
yes.
or Ghana loses 8-0. And so I'm like,
someone wins 1-0.
I Ghana.
But still, we are Ghana.
Man, the cuts.
Listen, also joining us on the show is a man that had spent way too much time on vacation in America. I thought he was not going to come back, but he's back stronger and better for whatever reason. Some people think they are the reason he's back. I'm comfortable that he's back on my show. Collins Atta Poku is here as well. How you doing, my brother?
I'm very well, yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah. How you been? You look nice, oh. America na Jew.
America
no a Jew pao. Atta. The America is nice for you.
So I have to go back, right?
Yes. Mommy, American slang back.
Well, I beg you.
You know what I mean?
No.
Also joining us on the show this afternoon, Kondoh, who's gone from his start times days to a freelancer now.
Hi, Fentuo.
Wait, are you really unemployed?
If somebody was going to do start times, it wasn't you. Hey, the way you were, Ellie, you played our brand.
Now hold on. Why are you guys? Is it an announcement or what is it?
But I have start times.
Answer the question.
What's the question?
Good to see you, my friend.
Charlie, same here, bro. Welcome back.
Charlie, is he an Adidas ambassador? See the guy.
No, this guy is German.
No.
I forgot. It's true.
It's Bundesliga.
German.
Yes, branded by what?
Of course, Adidas and Bundesliga.
Partners too.
We work together in the German country. Yeah.
But you should explain it. So
Adidas Boxer, Adidas Singlet,
Yes.
Adidas. Hey.
We're hailing where it come from. All good to the Germans, and we appreciate their good quality stuff. So
interesting. Okay, guys, welcome to the show. Which we are on from now till 3 p.m. So we have exactly 90 minutes to go through every single one of those issues. Before we even get started, Ghana won, of course, as you know, 5-0. It was a 5-star performance on Wednesday against the Central African Republic. That's now taking the Black Stars to 22 points in Group I. That's the joint most points by any team in the qualifying campaign. Yeah, it's been, I think the only other team to
Egypt's
have
23.
Morocco.
No, I don't think anyone has 23. I think the only other team with okay, I can always double check, but I feel like the only other team with this
Morocco.
Egypt have 23 points actually. So yeah,
Then
joint
Morocco should have more.
No, Morocco have 22, I think.
Okay.
So Egypt have 23 points so far. Ghana has 22. Morocco has 21 actually. The only other team I think with 22 points, because Senegal also have 21 points. And then you have Morocco 21. Cote d'Ivoire also have 23. But that's because they're playing now.
Okay.
And they're winning 2-0.
But Senegal also playing now.
Yes.
And they're winning by a goal to nil.
Yes, but
But they've not ended the game, so
yes.
Yeah. But as it stands.
Yeah, as it stands now, they are
I read the
live table.
Okay.
So Senegal are up to 21 points now,
Right.
with their 1-0 scoreline as things stand. Cote d'Ivoire, as you mentioned, they are up to 23 points now with their 2-0 lead as things stand against the Seychelles. Algeria were the ones who had completed, and they also had 22 points after 9 games. So Ghana and Algeria, 22 points before today's match day. Let me put it that way. And Egypt had 23 points. So it's been a great World Cup qualifying campaign for Atuado. But in terms of goal scores, Ghana have also scored 22 goals. For that, Ghana stands alone. The most goals by any team in this World Cup qualifiers. That is absolutely ridiculous. Because if you look at Morocco, they've scored 21. The other teams with a similar record, Egypt have scored only 19. Senegal have scored only 14. Cape Verde, who are also top, by the way, they should be qualifying for the World Cup, making history. Morocco have also scored 21 goals. So Ghana is being the highest scorers in this campaign, and it's been ridiculously good from Otuado. For a manager that didn't win a single game in AFCON qualifying, to go from that to winning 6 out of the 7 World Cup games he supervised, you sometimes wonder if he's the same manager. So what has informed the turnaround? How has he done this? And with what he's done, has that earned him the right and the confidence, more importantly, to take the national team and lead them to the World Cup? The sports minister says he's not convinced that Otuado is the man, and it might feel a bit unfair that we're having to have this conversation after what he's done. But we'll get to the sports minister's comments shortly, but let me hear from some of the players, including the captain, Jordan Ayew. Hey, Charlie, Sichu, I said captain and I said Andre.
Everybody knows Andre is the captain.
Jordan Ayew, he's had a great World Cup campaign, a World Cup qualifying campaign with 7 goals and 7 assists. His 14 goal contributions is the highest across the globe in all World Cup qualifying. From Europe to South America, no single player has been involved in that many goals. How
many games do we have to play? Portugal.
Yeah,
I'm calculating 1 or 2.
How many has he scored so far, or has he been involved?
I just want to know the number of games left so that I can see if we can do it.
They've played only 3 games.
They've played only 3 games or something.
So he can break the record.
Oh, bro.
Jordan is also on course to make his 3rd World Cup appearance, and he spoke to Nathaniel Atta about that potential and what it means for his career, and whether he ever dreamt that this was a day that was possible for him.
Obviously, it's things that I don't really think about, because when you're a kid, we were just dreaming to play at least 1 World Cup. I remember the World Cup 2006, 2010. I watched it back home, and I saw, and that thing gave me the energy and the desire that made me. I fell in love with the national team from that moment, and to have 3 World Cups, honestly, is something that's unbelievable.
So, truly unbelievable, Jordan Ayew. If he goes to the World Cup next year, that will be 3 World Cup appearances for him. He will then go on par with his brother, Andre Ayew, and then Suleiman Tari and then Asamoah Gyan as the 4 Ghanaians to have made 3 World Cup appearances. They would be standing alone. But if his brother Andre goes, he makes 4. So that's something that you could potentially be on the lookout for. But that is an incredible achievement for Jordan Ayew when you look at the sort of trajectory he's had in the national team and the criticism he's had to be at this level at a time when he is supposed to be exiting the national team. He's now giving his best performances. It's an absolutely unbelievable story. He's not the only one who spoke after. Stephen Appiah also spoke after the game, and he says Sunday's game against Comoros must be a massive party. And he said it's the ideal way to finish a World Cup qualifying campaign with a game at home.
We are here because of the players, and they has made us proud. Per what I saw at the training ground, the 2 trainings that I watched, I knew that they are going to win the game, but I wasn't expecting 5-0. So they have done well, and for sure, I know that on Sunday, in front of Ghanaians, we are going to celebrate together. That will be the beauty of qualifying for the World Cup. We'll play our last game at home, we'll beat Comoros, and everybody will be happy.
Body roll, roll. Oh yeah, blasters, yeah. Ghana blasters, yeah. Oh yeah, blasters, yeah. Oh yeah, blasters, yeah. Ghana blasters, yeah. Oh yeah, blasters, yeah. Ghana blasters, yeah.
Losing spots in the coming forwards here, and that's 5-0 for Ghana. The Black Stars are rampant here. It's the substitute Kamal Sulemana. He couldn't miss from that, and he didn't either.
One
Rolling back the years, the golden age of the Black Stars. Those times are coming back, aren't they? So this will be a 5th World Cup appearance for the Black Stars, and for a team that had not qualified for the World Cup up until 2006. This is a ridiculous achievement. But because if you look at the World Cup qualifiers table in terms of number of participations, Ghana would go up to number 5, and the only countries to have made more appearances for them would be Cameroon, who have made 8 appearances, Morocco 6, Nigeria 6, Tunisia 6. This would be Ghana's 5th. Of course, Tunisia have also qualified, so then that would be their 7th. So they would go behind Cameroon as the 2nd most appearance maker at the World Cup. Cameroon stands alone with 8. It doesn't look like Cameroon are going to qualify because Cape Verde are going to be pipping them in that particular group. So we'll go through all the other groups a little later. But let me come to studio then and talk to my guest about the campaign. Look, the question I've asked is, and it's an important question, has Otuado redeemed himself? Has he earned back respect? And more importantly, the confidence to take us to the World Cup with what he's done. Collins, I mean, you're a guest, so you and Ellie, so I'm going to come to you. I'm going to start with you. How has Otuado done this? How has it turned it around? Like, because credit must be given where it's due. The World Cup qualifying campaign has been superb.
Absolutely. Not least winning in Mali. I mean, when the draw came out, everybody was worried about Mali. And for the Ghana standard, beating Mali in Bamako is nothing for us, because that was the day we actually stamped our authority on these World Cup qualifiers. Usually, when you qualify for the first time, people think it's a fluke. So 2006, all the emotions that was behind it and the kind of group we were in, it's only South Africa, not a certified African giant in terms of World Cup qualification, and then also winning the AFCON and all that. But when we won in Bamako in 2009 with a depleted team, it signaled a shift for the Black Stars. This result was no different. Look, if we had not won in Bamako that day, our World Cup qualification would have taken a nosedive for obvious reasons. Because look, the way things were going then, people were afraid. We had not been so convincing against Madagascar here in Kumasi. It took a late strike for us to win against them, and then we are lost
from Inaki.
So it was so obvious that everybody was looking for the supposed big boy in the group to take us to the cleanest, and then everything will go downhill. Otuado himself should take a lot of the congratulations. You can talk about everybody, but look, he is the coach.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of posts and I've been a bit worried. Robin de Grau, master of set piece training and all that.
Backroom staff,
I like all that, but look, the back ends with one person, and it has to be him. I'm not the biggest fan, but I was one of those that actually said after the African Cup of Nations fiasco that look, let's not sack him. Let's not do that, because this team is a certified chokers team. They know how to choke. That change would now attribute to, would stand in for, I mean, we changed the coach and then it's a new team and then we are trying to adapt to the methods of this new regime and all that. We will bring stories. So for consistency's sake, look, you can't go any deeper than where we sank to after Niger, Sudan, and
not winning a game.
It's not possible,
in 6 qualifying matches. How much lower could you go?
But
that was the peak of it.
In the darkest hour, cometh light.
Yes.
Right after that, you are bound to get some light. Now the conversation is shifting. Employing the methods that hitherto we didn't employ. Look, let's go back to 2004 against Burkina Faso. That was the turning point in Kumasi. Stephen Appiah scored, Mathieu scored, but there was a set piece goal somewhere. Let's go back to when we went to the FNB in 2005 June.
The header.
A similar situation from ACN. Now we are building up. We qualified in 2014 in that game against Zambia. That was the turning point. If we had lost to Zambia in Kumasi, we would have been in trouble. Again, we came to the fore. So, Mali, Bamako 2009 and 2025 signaled where we wanted to go. We have to praise him. Employing the methods that hitherto the North Africans and South Africa were using against us in qualifiers. Siabonga Nomvete in 2000 in Kumasi. It was a header. Or we played all the football, just one cross, and then the North African scored. Before my father died, he always mentioned Clemson. Every single time.
The Clemson disaster.
Yeah, and he actually felt that, look, so my father's favorite defender was Joe Odoy then. You get it? Joe Odoy. And so my father would go about it and say, and Joe Odoy blinded. And typical of us Ghanaians, the way we loved our Black Stars, we shifted the blame from the players to the Algerians were bad people. They watered the pitch and they did this and they did.
They overwatered the pitch.
And they said some of us too are
they injected the water they gave us. So our players, no, we've gone beyond that.
Yes.
Way back. So now look, qualifying for the World Cup is not an achievement anymore. Let's be straight with everybody, from Otuado himself to the management committee and everybody at the FA. Our standard is that clear. First time qualifiers, round of 16. Second time qualifiers, quarter finalist. Now the third time,
we all know
we
why.
attribute it to the issues that
off the pitch, wasn't on the pitch.
and everybody.
Because we had the team.
Of course we did.
And that team was better than 2010.
Yes,
Now,
agreed.
Watch the
Agreed.
Portugal.
I think all our World Cup squads.
That was the best squad.
Yes, the strongest
That's the
one
one
was
we
from
flagged.
2014.
That was the best squad.
No doubt.
So yeah,
More experience. More
Otuado
pedigree,
should take
more
a lot of the
personality.
compliments, the management committee, because look, I don't want to be revisiting this, but Citro, you know what? When we went to Cameroon, the team had gone to Qatar
Yeah,
for preparation, and half of them had COVID. They had to be sneaked into Cameroon,
that's true.
including a coach who had to be quarantined in their room for Max Oknodo and co to be taking training. We came to Cameroon and it was obvious we're not going to do well when the Skudu's coming. So a lot of the management issues overshadowed
Akaso was training alone.
the playing issues. Exactly, you get it. So now a lot of these things are being handled well. Other countries had come to choose their hotel. They got the right hotels, and then ours was way too in town, and our management committee did it. You don't
Say it. They say the hotel we're staying at in Cameroon. Then how people did it.
Oh, but I said hotel there. Yeah,
No, not the hotel. Like the streets is like it's like.
Oh, they are along the
Yeah.
street.
Yes.
So if the players want to even stand on their balcony,
Like when they come to Kumasi, they sleep at Golden Lancaster or something. So
Yeah. They said no. It was that bad.
so if the boys want to take fresh air from the balcony, so they can't focus.
You can't focus. Is the problem.
It's a difficult job.
So living in a hotel for a period is on its own, it's a difficult thing, and not talk of all these things coming true. So it's good. We sank so low. We've qualified for the World Cup. I would want the narrative around this to be on Otuado. It's not fair to him.
Speaking of which, then, if it's so exactly. So I think there are a lot of people that have some reservations about the team's performances. Granted, he's qualified for the World Cup. He's done really well, and he deserves all the credit. You know, the World Cup itself is a completely different animal. The opposition is very different. The challenge very different. And for a team, for you to be able to positively predict the trajectory of a team, the evidence lies in the performances. The results have been great. The performances, there've been lots of question marks. In fact, if you look at our last game against Mali, despite the victory, a lot of the conversation, if you remember, was very negative. It focused largely and way too much on the team's performance. I think against the South African Republic was a big improvement. Mali, a much stronger opposition. We kind of struggled. Yes, we won, but the performance wasn't great. So there are still some people, including the minister, that say they're not convinced. And largely because of the performances. First question. Comments like that from a minister must have some undertones. What are those? What's going on? And two, from your own personal point of view, you just said that it's not fair on Otuado, but what do you believe should be the ideal situation now that it's qualified us for the World Cup?
Rachman Djukovic qualified his team, coached his team. Milovan Rajevac qualified his team, coached his team. Kwesi Appiah qualified his team, coached his team at the tournament. Otuado qualified the team, coached the team. That one we didn't even win a single game. Yes.
Qualified his team.
Yeah, he's qualified the team.
We beat that nerve-wracking game. Actually, the game that you almost
South Africa.
South Korea.
Ochu almost died.
Yeah, I'm even talking about the qualifiers. The qualifiers
Oh, Gary, he fell sick. He 2 weeks after that game.
The ministers and people like his, their comments are grounded in one context. 2, Ghana's status. The minister is aware very much that Ghanaians were not happy with a missed opportunity against Uruguay. We are a team that plays in the next round, not the group stage. Let's get it right. That was the first time we went to a World Cup, and second time that we didn't get out of the group. In 2014, we had something to fall on.
Well, I think the first time without any issues that we didn't make it out.
Absolutely.
Right.
You put it that way, apt. So now let's look at it that way and ask ourselves, what do we want to be at the next World Cup? Participants? Already, we are not participants. So if you go out,
we are contenders.
We are contenders.
For what?
For the getting out of the group. That's our standard. Our standard is not going to play in 3 group games and then come back home.
But the evidence is 50-50.
No,
it's 50% out of the group.
75-20.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, it's not counting 20-40.
Yes.
No, we all agree. We messed things up. We did. But look, now that the numbers have been increased, a lot of the furthest would come. You could end up with Tahiti. And if you get up Tahiti and others in the group, why not? You have to do something. But look, the government wants to make amends for 2014. So the minister is speaking, well aware of events of 2014, and asking, is there anything we can do to get the best out of the talent? And look, it has to be. You can't be having Semenyo play this well, going into a World Cup season. Kudus does his thing, and then we go into the World Cup, and we are not delivering. We have to do something better. But it's
Otto the man to turn these players into world beaters.
He can't turn them into world beaters. He only has a limited time with them. World beaters would come from their club, but they should deliver.
Can he take us out of the group?
He should be able to. He has experience on his side.
He should.
Yeah,
and
he has
can.
experience on his side now. He can. So we should beef up with the right people.
Okay,
not a
you,
Schaefer.
Collins, I'll come back to you. Ellie, where do you stand on this? I mean, I keep repeating, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, because Otto Addo deserves credit. I think that the way he's turned this around is massive credit to him.
Can we clap for him?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely.
Because in the history of Ghana's participation in the World Cup or qualification to the World Cup, he's there for the second time now.
The only one.
Yes.
To have done it twice.
So he deserves all the accolades and applause and everything. Congratulations to him. But a big but, like they say, Sagrobeswa Nefrianopa, and I don't blame the minister, because he can see, he shares our sentiments. When you have a coach that you cannot trust, that when it gets very tough, he will make the right decisions to save your team, you panic, and that is a problem. We don't have that trust for our coach Otto Addo.
You think the minister and all of us are panicking?
Yes.
Already?
Yes. I don't trust him. Atta Poku is trying to be a bit diplomatic, yes, considering his stay in the US for some time now, and his
what has that got to do with anything?
But I understand that perspective. But reality is that Otto has done what to qualify us for the World Cup. But the big question is, when we go to the World Cup and we need a coach that can deliver for us, because now football has grown more scientific. It's not just about being on the touchline and say, let's go and play 4-2-3-1. I trust that.
Did you see Otto Addo's PowerPoint presentation before he got the job?
That's why someone said he's better of a scout than a coach.
Because he can do PowerPoint better.
Good presentation. He'll do all the analysis. I think when we do this, we'll beat this team. It's different to create the plan and also different from implementing and executing that plan. There are two different people. There are some people who are very good at PowerPoints. When Sitsofe is a businessman, he will say, I have this colleague or I have this boy at my office who can do a very good presentation for me.
Doesn't mean he can do the work.
Exactly. On the other side, there's someone who can also do a very good PowerPoint build up, do all of that, but when you ask him to present, he'll fumble. So it's the same thing here when it comes to the tactical approach. You have a coach who can do all of the background, gather all the statistics and say, oh, the data, we need this and da. But when it comes to coaching on the field of play, being pragmatic on the field, taking the risk, and always applying the pressure on the players and getting them to live up to the highest billing, it becomes a problem. And you need
Isn't that what Otto has done to qualify for the World Cup?
I didn't want to delve into the qualification of the World Cup, but you have brought me down. Let me just talk about it now. The group we found ourselves in, we had no right not to qualify for this World Cup.
I agree.
Of all the teams in that group, all of them are, according to the FIFA rankings, all of them are after 100, 145, 174. The only team that rated better in that group was Mali, 54th, even ahead of us. Who brought us below Mali in the first question is Otoado. If we had qualified for the AFCON, wouldn't it rank lower than Mali? And even that Mali, who is ranked 54th, are nowhere near the pedigree of Ghana's footballing history or the kind of players we have. If we want to match Mali boot to boot, Mali are nowhere near us. So you don't have any excuse not to qualify from this group as the winner of the group for the World Cup qualifiers.
So it was non-negotiable that he had to qualify, especially after the AFCON debacle.
Yes. So you do that to appease everybody. Oh, I failed at the AFCON qualifiers. But with the World Cup qualifier, I had a very good group and I had to make amends. So, yes, you do your job because you have been paid for it. And he did that. So, congratulations. But he had no excuse not to have qualified.
Okay.
Now, we've moved on from that. Now, the main question is, if we need him to step up and give us what we demand of him, qualifying out of the group, can he do that? The question mark is there. And I say no, because he does not know how to take the risk in the first place. He's so conservative with his approach when he's playing football. He's scared. He doesn't have that confidence. Yes. Thank you. He needs to find a way of how to manage himself first, control his emotions. Then you can now bring down to the players. But if you can't do that on yourself, it will be difficult to calm down, to know how to coach and compel footballers to do what you expect of them. So that is the problem he has. And he has to find a way of working on that from now until next year, June, and perfect it. Other than that, I don't think he can get us out of that group at the World Cup qualifier, because right now football is played in seconds. In the first 10 minutes, football is played. After 10-15 minutes, there has to be a change, an approach of the game, and you need a coach who can be able to read the game and quickly change things from the bench and instill that change into the players' pattern of play.
What evidence do you have? What evidence do you have that Otto can't do what you're saying?
But we've seen it.
But is that what he did to qualify us?
We saw the game against Chad, the whipping boys of this group.
The 1-1.
Everybody won against Chad in this group.
Yes.
But Ghana. Everybody got 6 points out of Chad.
Yes.
But Ghana. And if you have a coach who you claim is top notch,
but nobody else in the group also got 6 points from Mali, but we did.
It's a non-negotiable discussion. Mali, we always beat Mali. When has Mali beaten us? We always beat Mali. Even this Mali team are still under construction. They are still rebuilding their team. So Mali is not even a top notch. Where's their position? They're third on the table. Madagascar is doing better than them.
Yes.
So Mali is doing nowhere near the discussion now. My problem is that we struggle against the whipping boys of the group. The only point Chad has 1 point. The only point they had was from Ghana, thanks to a coach who failed to take risk. Because you go to Chad, and in the Chad they had what? They had a home capacity filled with fans, huge stadium, and that was one of the first times they were playing against Ghana in that huge stadium. And so you quailed in that pressure and that atmosphere.
To be fair, Ellie, I mean, okay, you go on. I don't agree, because I feel like that game we were just very wasteful. Because in the first half, we could have led by 3-0. That's not Otoado's fault. No, but that chance that Semenyo missed, how does Otto take blame for that?
You know that when you put your players, when you set out your players in a particular way to create chances, and the chances are being created, it's easier to score those chances than when you are struggling to create chances.
Yes, but except that in the Chad game, they actually created the chances in the first half, especially.
Yes, but the question is still the fact that whoever set up that lineup failed. That's my problem. Otoado did not do the right approach. He did not make the right approach.
So for you, Otto out.
He cannot do the job at the World Cup. So if he cannot do the job at the World Cup, we are going there to participate. Sitcho will say, "Oh, if he goes to play 3 games in the
Sitcho hasn't
US,
said it easy.
I'm saying he will say that if he goes to play, if he goes to play 3 games, if he goes to play 3 games in the US, and comes back home, it's okay. But it's not okay for the pedigree of Ghana. We been to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Can Otto take us to the World Cup quarterfinals again? No.
Wait, the two of you argue outside before.
Wait. Am I that predictable?
I know Sitcho very well.
Hold on, guys. Stanley Nachimota says, I'm enjoying the show, but here is some stat for you, or some fact for you. Former Nigeria coach Shaibu Amadou successfully qualified the Super Eagles today to both the 2002 and 2010 FIFA World Cups, but he was sacked on both occasions before he even reached the promised land. Let's not do that to Otuado, please. Another person who suffered this famously was Stephen Keshi with Togo, right? Also qualified them to the 06 World
2006.
Cup, and they fired him before the tournament. So Stanley says, let's not do. So let's not do that to Otuado. That sounds more like a sentimental reason than a very.
We've gone past sentiments. Ghana is a top footballing nation.
But Sitcho, let me come to you then. I'll come to Atsu. Ellie seems to have predicted what you're going to say already.
He knows his brother.
But where do you stand on this?
It is true. Check like Otto. If he plays 3 games, nothing more. No, but think about it. Think about it. Anyway, let me listen to you. What's the question?
My question is, do you genuinely think that you've seen enough from the 7 games that Otto has played since the AFCON debacle, the qualifiers, where he didn't win a single match? He's gone on a 7-game run. He's won 6. He's drawn just 1. He's qualified for the World Cup. Performances, results, everything up until Wednesday's game. Have you seen enough to be convinced that the Otuado of the AFCON qualifiers is a much different version that we have now for the World Cup, and that this World Cup qualifiers version of Otuado is the guy that can consistently deliver results and take us to the World Cup as he's done, and then do well at the World Cup?
Thank you for the question. First and foremost, I don't think it's an Otuado thing, right? But I think a lot of the credit for the qualification to the World Cup goes to Atta Poku's people, the GFA, more than Otto.
How so?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Look, we didn't go to Morocco, the AFCON, and it was Otto who was the coach.
Yes.
Between the AFCON qualifier, same FA, between the AFCON qualifiers and the World Cup qualifiers, it happened in the same football calendar space. It's not like we failed to qualify for the AFCON 2 years ago, and this year, some of our players have picked form and something. Like, the two were concurrent, and then we failed to qualify to the AFCON. Then I thought they should have sacked Otto. Because how can Ghana look? Let me make this point before I go on. Ghana playing at the AFCON is more important to me than Ghana playing at the World Cup.
It's not an outrageous take at all, yeah.
Because
there are a lot of people that
the AFCON is more achievable than the World Cup. World Cup, no. Mimi de minim see to Minji. I know we won't win the World Cup. Honestly, I'm realistic like that. I know Ghana won't win not in 2025.
Yeah. But every time we go to the AFCON, we feel like
the AFCON. I feel like I'm so rude about it. I feel like it's a better.
It's not just you.
I don't understand why other people are winning. Who are they?
Let me tell you. If you put winning AFCON now and World Cup participation, every Ghanaian will choose AFCON.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for me, not qualifying to the AFCON, I can't forgive Otto for it.
Yes.
I would never forget it. Even if Otto goes on to win the World Cup, I remember he was the coach who didn't qualify us to an AFCON. So that one day, standard. And he didn't qualify us to the AFCON. And I thought he should have been sacked when the final whistle was blown that Ghana wasn't going to the AFCON. In fact, he should have been sacked before the last 2 games. Or when it became apparent that we had risk of not qualifying, he should have been sacked. But when he wasn't sacked, I like the way the FA responded. The FA realized that maybe Otto is good, but he needs help. So the FA augmented his backroom staff. They brought in a psychologist. They brought in a set-piece coach. about Ghana here, only 2 years ago, we were very frustrated about even who takes our set pieces.
Yeah.
Guess what? The people taking it have not changed, but the results out of them
have changed.
Technical advisor.
They brought the technical advisor, and they did the analyst. They did some things, some skirmishes. New assistant Affair left. They sacked Affair, or they took. Okay, no sack. They actually promoted Affair from his U20 job to become an assistant coach. So the technical team that failed to qualify us to the World Cup, the AFCON, is very different from the one that has succeeded in qualifying to the World Cup.
That is true.
And that is not
the only constants are Otto
John, and the
goalkeepers. Yeah.
So they were beefed up, and that wasn't Otto's doing. That was the FA's doing.
Right.
So there's massive credit to the FA with the way they retweaked that technical team that has eventually qualified us to the World Cup.
Basically, they brought help to Otto Addo. They gave him more help. Yeah.
Even as we speak now, I still think his technical backroom staff is still too lean.
Okay, too light.
Yeah, too light. You can't have 2 assistant coaches. And some
the modern game needs more.
No, you need more.
You need like 15 people.
We need throw-in coach. Offside, somebody will go for set offside.
Yeah.
Set the offside coach, offside coach.
Strikers coach.
Yeah. Look, the game has become money.
We need defensive coach.
We need no. You see, we're not a joke. We need a lot of things. But of course, we are Ghana, we don't have money. So we can't pay. So we are managing what we have. So credit to the FA that they augmented the team as they did, and then they qualified to the World Cup. Look, the qualification to the World Cup, I won't say it was within our right to qualify. Because the teams that we played against during the World Cup qualifiers are not very different from the teams we played against during the AFCON qualifiers. So credit to whoever has worked hard to now push us to the World Cup. On the matter of whether Otto is good or not, he has qualified us to the World Cup. How many teams are playing at the World Cup?
It doesn't answer the question.
54.
No, 48. Hey,
48.
Hey, Ellie. We want to add
48 coaches, 48 countries are going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
You cannot be part of the only 48 coaches around the globe to have qualified teams to the World Cup and not be good. It's not possible. I'm making. I'll answer back. It's not possible.
I'm listening.
On the face value, it is not possible. Nobody should tell me Mali don't have a good team. They were not well managed. Mali, they have a very formidable team. They were poorly managed. It could have happened to Ghana just like we were poorly managed in the AFCON qualifiers. But we were well managed.
They sacked the coach after the Ghana defeat.
Quick.
The first one.
Quick. That's what we should have done to
And to be fair, when they brought Tom Saifit, he did well until Ghana.
Until some way. So for me, when you are part of the only 48 coaches to qualify teams to the World Cup, you try. I don't take any credit from you. The performances, it is true. The performances between the AFCON qualifiers and World Cup qualifiers, there's a slight bump up. The AFCON qualifiers was terrible. We couldn't even pass the ball 3 times. The World Cup qualifiers, at least we can. Players are doing at least.
And more importantly, we are scoring.
Oh, plenty. Yes. No, not just scoring. Plenty. I just read the record. Plenty. Yes. Jordan 7 assists, 7 free. Pate. Pate.
Everybody's contributing.
Everybody. He scored 5 goals with 5 different goal scorers.
That's right.
They brought in a set piece coach. It has been evident 7 set piece goals from 8 games. In the process, we don't also concede chances from set pieces.
That's right.
So we are defending set pieces well, and we are scoring them when we have them. Because only a few years ago, one of our biggest challenges were defending set pieces. Quite clearly. But right now, it looks like, who be you? If you play the ball, can we go pim go?
So, the Black Stars, I dare say, are far more efficient set piece team than Arsenal.
Oh, but you know,
Otoado
went to meet Atta. Otoado.
Yes.
It was after that time.
This guy.
It's true. About they don't meet Atta or not?
Bro, he met Atta.
Since he met Atta, has something changed or not?
Something has
changed. This guy, what has this guy done? Otto has been learning. And look, to be fair, before Otto took the Black Stars job, he had never really done any proper coaching job.
Yes.
He
insists he has.
Which one?
Remember his exchange with Kobe? He said he's done more
coaching. No, he's a coach. No, when I say proper coaching job, to have the main responsibility lie with you.
Okay.
He had. Look, there are several coaches. There are some coaches who are great, but the bag doesn't stop with them. They don't take the full responsibility.
Yes.
Otto played 2 games and went to the World Cup and played 3 games. That is not enough. The first time he was properly watching and then taking responsibility for a team full time was when he came to take our team and use that for that black AFCON Basa Basano. So he was also learning on the job. He can say whatever he likes that he knows his job. He didn't look like somebody who knew what he was doing during the AFCON qualifiers. However, having made all those mistakes, it looks like autocorrect him small.
Yeah.
In the World Cup qualifiers.
I mean, he's qualified, so sure.
Yeah. Oh no, but I also see it that we don't concede chances. The volume of chances we're conceding during the AFCON qualifiers, we don't concede those volume of chances, and that one to the pain some people who come there. But at least it's a job that he's done. So if you're asking me if what I've got to say about Otto's
and the minister's comments and all the noise around whether or not he should be the one to take us to the World Cup, what do you think?
Ghana has never had a coach good enough to take us to the World Cup. Never in the history of Ghana. Never. We've never had any coach with any pedigree to take us to the World Cup. Why? Because we are not capable of hiring such coaches. Name one coach.
Yeah, before the World Cup, none of our coaches had any previous experience.
None of them.
We all didn't have reason to believe.
Yes, none of them.
That they would do well.
So based on what history is he saying what he's saying? It's not as if we had Mourinho at some point and today we have Otoado. The people we had before they came to Ghana.
No one knew them.
Who did they want to move?
We didn't know where Milo came from.
Milo, what was his track record?
Djokovic,
some way. So Ghana has never in our history had any coach good enough to take us to the World Cup. Otto has qualified his team. Do I think he's the ideal coach for the World Cup? Of course not, because they are better coaches. But under the circumstances of this country, is he the coach to take us to the World Cup? Oh yes. Why? Because we can't afford the coaches we think are capable of taking us to the World Cup. But the truth is, when we go to the World Up, Saf, what is our genuine belief that it's our level?
Collins has said it. He said quarterfinal.
You see, quarterfinal, what will be back up?
And get out of the group.
Well, if you get out of the group,
you have to get out of
after one game.
But you get out of the group.
Yes.
I think Ghana is good enough to get out of the group
with Otto.
But it will also depend on the draw. Because to me, I'm a realist.
You know, that's exactly where I disagree.
Yes.
You know, you didn't reference the draw. Ellie made mention of the number of teams that are further teams in that group we had. We didn't reference it. Oh, Tuado qualified because of the draw. We took the draw out and then said, oh, he's done very well. First Ghanaian to qualify as this, that. No, the draw wouldn't come in. You were good enough to qualify. You should be good enough to play.
Regardless of the group. Monkeys play by sizes. You see, no, I'm a realist though. See,
we are also realists.
No, let me tell you.
I have a question for you. The point you are making, right? To be fair, just like the exact brilliant point you made about the coaches that took us to the World Cup and them not having any reason to have taken us as far as they did. The same thing can apply to Otoado. He may not have a body of work to suggest that he will do well, but our evidence suggests that when we've gone to the World Cup with coaches that had hitherto not proved beyond reasonable doubt that they can do well, they've gone and they've performed.
It's 50-50. You've got to World Cup 4 times. 52
at that time we should start 2014.
That's his maths. This is my maths. I don't know the formula you used. I'm using a different formula. It's 50-50. You've got to the World Cup 4 times. 4 of them. 2 of them you